Coming up on Benidorm ER. Tears and trauma after a poolside poisoning.
It was just the two kids that kept choking.
A stag party goer suffers a rather unwelcome sunshine break.
My wife will be going mad.
And an anxious wife faces a nightmare wait for news of her desperately ill husband.
Like he went into space, his eyes rolled back.
Does he lose her mind?
Benidorm. Perfect sandy beaches, endless baking sunshine, and thousands of bars and restaurants. It's no surprise that the so-called New York of Spain, or Benny York, has become a home from home for thousands of Brits. From family holidays, stag and hen parties, to more permanent residents, British tourists and expats just can't get enough of this idyllic Mediterranean paradise. But it's not all fun and fiestas. In the event of an emergency, the first port of call is Clinica Benidorm, a state-of-the-art private hospital located slap bang in the heart of the city.
Do you have allergies, allergic to medication?
With 280 staff, treating over 3,000 British patients a year, Clinica Benidorm plays a vital role in the health and well-being of the British community.
It's a typical day, really. We're like one big family. That's Dr. Mobayet, the ophthalmologist. Here I receive everything. Clinica Benidorm, buenos días. It's always very busy. Clinica Benidorm, buenos días. There's never a dull moment.
And that certainly applies to ER, where German doctor Iris Alexandra Henkel's busy morning has just become even busier.
Which go to the box 5. All of a sudden, all of the patients are coming together.
Six-year-old Katie Knox has been rushed into ER after choking on fumes whilst playing around her hotel pool. Within minutes, another child, 10-year-old Luke Kerrigan, is also admitted, suffering from the same symptoms from the same hotel.
We do have 2 children in, and it seems that they got poisoned by gas in a pool. They do show problems breathing, and we do have to look that they don't develop an edema of the lungs.
It's a frightening experience for both children and their respective parents.
Some of the adults were coughing and stuff, but they just got out of the pool and they seemed to be fine afterwards. It was just the 2 kids that kept choking.
Both kids seem to be on the mend.
Really sore.
But it's finished now, okay? All finished.
But as they inhale toxic fumes, Iris remains cautious.
They do present the same symptoms. We hope that they will be fine. We are going to admit them and to observe them overnight.
Playing a critical role for the emergency services in Benidorm is the Red Cross. They respond to incidents like any other ambulances and are also regularly seen patrolling the town and beachfront. On shift today is technician Roberto Cartagena, and his team are immediately called into action.
We are going to Roma Street in a hotel that the person has broken his arm.
The ambulance is soon at the hotel. Stuart Clybury and his mates from Ellesmere Port have just arrived in Benidorm on a stag weekend, and it's not started well.
You fell down on the floor and you kicked?
I fell down on my arm.
And you're kicking your arm?
I know it's
Do you have here your passport or your...
They've just gone to my room to get my phone and details. They've gone now. So 1 minute, they'll be back with my numbers and phone.
There's nothing Roberto can do poolside, so Stuart will have to go to hospital.
Come into the ambulance and then they take you your phone.
Right, I'll see you tomorrow, Lisa. Sure? Yeah. Who's coming with you? Yeah, I think Buddy's going, but I'm okay, mate.
Be careful.
Buddy, are you going with him?
While some friends show concern, that can't be said about the stag.
He's a big lad and he just fell on it. Slip, boosh. It's quite amusing, but at the same time it wasn't nice. But really it was. I don't care.
As I pulled myself up to get out of the pool, I slipped on the edge of the pool and it hit the top of my arm. That's it. 1 hour, Benidorm. Not even one night out. That's it. My wife will be going mad if she knew.
Back at the hospital, and Iris is soon on the case.
They just told me that you've been falling.
No, I got out the swim pool.
Yeah.
I slipped on one arm, hit the top arm. It's gone. I know. I've got.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Did you hear something? Or
Mate.
I'd like to have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have 1 moment.
But I can't.
I would like to have a look.
Yeah, can you? Oh.
Yes.
It's when you release it.
Yes. I won't touch it again.
Stuart is obviously in a lot of pain.
I'm sorry. We are going to make an X-ray now, just to see if it's broken or if he does have a luxation. It doesn't look like a luxation, but that's probably broken, yes. And if it's broken, we might have to operate you.
While Stuart awaits his X-ray, it seems somebody's already tipped off her indoors.
Oh? That's his wife. I am. Does she know? I hope now. I think she does now. I'm not joking. No, I got out the pool and it went bang and I slipped on my foot. I'll see you later. Love you. I just said, I'll phone you later. You're lying. No, we're not lying. No. It's always Stuart.
A little grief from the missus is the least of Stuart's problems. The results of the X-ray clearly show the break.
It's totally broken. It's a humerus. It's totally broken. It's really bad.
Coming up, Stuart is cast in agony. A 21st birthday celebration ends in tears. And a Benidorm pole dancer offers some wise words.
Don't spin round poles, basically. Get a proper job.
Benidorm is home to over 260 hotels, offering in excess of 40,000 rooms. Cheap package deals and a short 2.5-hour flight from the UK make the resort extremely attractive to British tourists. But even after arriving on your dream holiday, things don't always go to plan. Stag party goer Stuart Clybury had only been in Spain for 1 hour when he fell awkwardly whilst getting out of the hotel pool.
If his wife is listening or watching, it's not my fault, so please don't blame me. Again.
An X-ray has confirmed his worst fears. It's a bad break, and Dr. Iris Henkel has the job of passing on the news.
Okay, I would like to tell you that we've seen the X-rays now, and you do have a complete fracture at the middle of this part of the arm. Okay. The bone is called humerus, okay. And it's totally broken.
I can feel that.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
My wife will.
And
it may be the humerus bone that's broken, but Stuart is certainly not finding it amusing.
Yes, but do you feel everything normal?
Yes.
Yes. On all the time.
The only problem I've got is yes. When I try to move, yes. It feels like jelly there. Yes. But I can move my arm, yes. But it just feels like jelly there. All movements fine.
And can you feel most of your
Yeah.
Okay. The pain should get a little bit better as well as soon as you are having the cast.
If he thinks he's in pain now, it's nothing to what's in store for him next.
It's not just a normal fracture of the humerus, it's as well a dislocation of the shoulder. We can't pop it back, the dislocation of the shoulder, because of the fracture of the humerus.
Slowly. Okay.
Relax here, very important.
The doctors have no option but to fit the cast, despite Stuart's obvious agony.
Relax.
Stuart's being as brave as humanly possible, but he's struggling to contain his distress.
Relax. Is necessary, yeah?
Well.
Iris has seen it all in her 7 years at Clinica Benidorm, treating patients from all over the world, and she doesn't feel the Brits deserve their reputation for being troublesome.
One thing about the British people is that they like to get drunk and to party.
Oh yeah, good.
It's a long time ago that I've really seen patients that came with a bad behaviour or were very drunk and didn't behave well.
With the cast finally set and the pain subsiding, Stuart can begin to relax, and he's got visitors.
You're only going right. Hey, you never forget what I said. I always give you stories to tell, don't I? Give us a bell when you're ready. I will do. Bring you some clothes up. I will do, yeah.
A t-shirt, some clean skivvies and that, yeah.
Hey, I'm getting 3/4. So you don't want a McDonald's then? No, I won't mind one tomorrow. See you tomorrow, mate.
Doctors have said Stuart may need an operation, so while his mates head out for a night on the town, Stuart's going to spend his evening at the Hotel Clinica Benidorm. The Costa Blanca is the #1 destination in Europe for stag and hen parties. Brits arrive in their thousands, lured by the endless sun, sea and sangria, and many just can't face the thought of going home, choosing to remain in Benidorm and taking work in the many English bars. 37-year-old Karen Ravenscroft moved to Spain 14 years ago, along with her 2 pet dogs, Teja and China. Normally, Karen can be seen pole dancing in the local clubs, but that was before a serious back injury, which has left her in severe pain and unable to perform.
The vertebrae that's out, the disc that's out is here, but my back isn't actually a problem, it's my leg. Sometimes it's like being stabbed with a piece of glass. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's in the back of my leg, and just recently it's gone to my foot as well, you know, so like I said, it's like I'm standing on glass or I've just done or electric shock in the bottom of my foot. I'm at a real stage in my life where I'm proper lost, I just don't know what I need sorting out.
Karen has tried desperately to battle through the pain barrier with medication, taking a prescribed 23 tablets a day. In the end, she realised there was no alternative but to see a specialist.
I paid to go privately into Clinica Benidorm because I was so poorly I couldn't take any more.
But after an MRI scan, the diagnosis wasn't good. Doctors say she needs an operation.
I am scared of a surgery, yeah, because the 2 surgeries that I've had before, it was by choice, it's what I put myself in for. And if you're going to go into hospital and an hour later come out with me, it's that I had sticky out ears before ears, after ears. I know I was in there for like 2 hours and that was, I come out with some new ears when I had my boobs, and obviously you come out with some great new boobs. It's not scary because you're putting yourself in for it, but this is the first time that I've actually ever needed to have an operation. It's not by choice. And then also you think spine surgery, and that's really scary. You know, if anything goes wrong, I'm going to be in a wheelchair.
Karen may be putting on a brave face, but she knows all too well that her life could be about to change forever.
My advice is don't spin round poles, basically. Get a proper job.
Luke Kerrigan and Katie Knox arrived at Clinica Benidorm after they both started choking whilst playing in their hotel pool. Thankfully, after a night under observation, neither child has had any further reactions.
The nurse we spoke to last night reckoned it was ammonia and bleach that had been mixed together, and that's what had caused the gas that caused this.
I was just going to go over to swim, and then it was just... because I was okay until it happened, and then...
Whilst Luke is still rather bewildered, young Katie is already looking back fondly.
I was a bit nervous. So...
Katie was nervous.
Well, a lot.
She's glad it's over with and she's feeling better. Okay.
Though a scary experience, Luke's dad Brian is impressed by the care provided.
They're treated better here than they are back home, in my experience, really.
Quite a lot of British patients here, they do tell me that they really appreciate our service, and compared to the one in England, it seems to be a lot better. And in England, it's more restricted, it takes more time until they are going to see a specialist, for example. And here they can get their appointments with the specialists right away.
With doctors happy that both children are now back to full health, the families say their goodbyes.
Just come now before we another 5-10 minutes.
Right, let's go. Then, thank you. Bye.
Luke's family are catching the next flight home.
Bye.
Whilst Katie's are resuming their vacation. Though they'll no doubt be steering clear of the hotel pool. Back in ER, Iris's hectic day is coming to an end. But before leaving, she must pass on her notes about the day's patients to the next shift.
Vale, el 1 es un paciente, doctor, yo pues esa vez estado ya.
The multicultural environment is something Iris particularly enjoys.
We do see all fields of medicine. It's very international. I do like as well is the atmosphere here. It's very familiar. and I do have wonderful colleagues, and we do have very good working conditions.
After a busy start to the day, things have quietened down. British expat and receptionist Maureen has worked at Clinica Benidorm for 23 years.
I came here in the year 73 when I got married. I met my husband, who is Spanish. I met him in England, and have been here ever since. When my younger son was 2, he's 24 now, when he was 2 I started working here in the clinic. In the same spot. Imagine that. But I've been around, I've been different places, but the director's always put me back here. Seems to work well. Maybe. I don't know. Anybody want to see us? See. It is very busy. There's a lot of stress, but I seem to cope well with it, so...
Maureen is a naturally positive person, but it's vital that all hospital staff have the ability to deal with severe traumatic and emotional circumstances.
Okay.
Early evening, and 53-year-old Martin Emerson, a market stall owner from Skipton in Yorkshire, has just been rushed into ER. He's unconscious, and his wife Pat is understandably very concerned. It's the 3rd time today he's passed out.
We've been out this afternoon, and he felt all right, he said, but it just took a funny turn, you know, sort of not aware, a bit like a seizure, you know, where you just drift off and you just aren't aware of anything.
The doctor needs to know exactly what happened.
Just sort of like he went into space, his eyes rolled back, and it took me a long time to get him to come back round, and then when he came back round he said he felt fine, just a bit sick.
Does he lose his mind?
Yeah, when he came round he said, "Where am I?" And I went, "We're on holiday," and he went, "Oh, yes."
He's a little bit sick and we have to find what happened with him.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal. Everything we do better.
I hope so.
Dr. Melendez has done his best to reassure her, but Pat is clearly feeling the strain.
Well, a bit apprehensive. Yeah, I am. Yeah, because, yeah, I'm really worried. Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see.
Pat now faces an agonising wait, while the doctors battle to find out what's wrong with her husband. Coming up on Benidorm ER, Karen tries the mystical approach to healing her back problem. Market stall holder Martin faces life-saving surgery. And we finally find out why the chicken crossed the road. Late evening, and barring the nightly clean-up operation, Benidorm is a place of tranquility. However, at Clinica Benidorm, Pat Emerson has finally received news about her husband Martin, who collapsed earlier in the evening. The diagnosis isn't good.
They're going to keep him overnight, and they've just had the scan results back, and he's had a small brain hemorrhage. So now we've just been monitored, and I'm not really sure what will happen tomorrow. They've got a neurologist coming in tomorrow morning. I suppose we'll know more from what he says. I don't understand about brain hemorrhages.
Pat is doing her best to remain calm. With no further updates expected till morning, she decides to try and get some sleep. Across town, in a last-minute bid to stave off the need for surgery, slip disc pole dancer Karen Ravenscroft has turned to crystal healing.
Okay, jump on, honey, okay?
Whoa, yeah.
Right, all you need to do now is to relax. Once I start, I want you to take in 2 nice deep breaths with me so that we can blend the energies, yeah?
Right.
Okay, then.
Retired ex-NHS nurse Linda Powell became a full-time crystal healer after moving to Spain 5 years ago.
What crystal healing does, it works with the body's own energies because each crystal has a different energy and hopefully it will settle down all inflammation. It's not a cure, but it's just to allow the body to heal itself. I'm not a doctor. I'm led intuitively by spirit to put the crystals wherever. And sometimes I put crystals in really strange places that you think shouldn't really be there, but because I'm led, I just pick up the crystals and go with the flow, as it were.
The crystals seem to be having some sort of effect, as the normally unstoppable Karen hasn't uttered a word in over 10 minutes. 40 minutes later, and Karen's crystal healing session is coming to an end. As long as Linda can wake her up.
Check. Open your eyes. Away with the fairies again.
Story of my life. My husband went away with the fairies. Very, very chilled out, which isn't like me. Very calm, which is completely out of character.
But the question is, has it done any good?
Wait. There we go. Easy up. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah. Oh. But yeah.
Evidently, the effect isn't immediate.
Whoa. Gold. Thank you so much, Linda.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
I know someone else had a couple of slip discs a few years ago, and they went to a healer and they managed to get the disc somehow. They managed to get the disc back in, and they didn't have to have surgery after it. So for some people, it does seem to work. So it's definitely worth a try before we go and see the nasty surgeon on Monday. Cool, scary stuff, eh?
Mid-morning, and Benidorm's two vast beaches, Levante and Poniente, are already rammed with tourists, eager to grab one of the 5,000 sunbeds for hire. But one person yet even to set foot on the Golden Sands is Stuart Clybury, who suffered a broken arm within an hour of his arrival. Stuart spent the night in Clinica Benidorm, while doctors decided if he needed an operation. And today he's finally received some good news. The bone is expected to heal without surgery, and Stuart is free to rejoin his friends.
I think I'll be made up. I'm out. I think I'll be made up that I'm out today rather than. Because I think it's always a bit of a letdown if you like 10 of you come away and then one of you ends up in hospital. It puts me down on the weekend, doesn't it? So I think I'll be quite glad I'm out. So.
Right then, right. So, tell us the tale. What? Are you going to be allowed to fly home?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Finish holiday.
Yeah. Just start now.
Stuart may have lost the use of his right arm, but he soon adapts when it comes to doing what the British do best: sitting in the sun, supping a pint. Back at the hospital, an expat receptionist, Maureen Santana, has turned weather forecaster.
The sun's come out today. They said it's going to rain, but it doesn't look like it. You get moments between calls. You may get about 15, 20 calls, and then you get 10 minutes break or 5 minutes. Time to go to the toilet or get some water. But I've got water down here. I've got a big bottle of water. Clinica Benidorm is a yes. I nearly had some lunch then, but they've eaten it all.
It's now 3 days since 53-year-old Martin Emerson was rushed unconscious into ER after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Though wife Pat is delighted to see him recovering, Martin's not out of the woods yet, as he now needs an operation to fit a pacemaker.
I think it's my body's trying to probably tell it to slow down, like everything. So that's what I have to do, slow down. Get a bit of weight up and slow down. That's it, I like to do it more.
Upon hearing about Martin's impending operation, his father Henry has made the journey from the UK to offer his support.
Telephone yesterday. He seemed all right. Oh yeah, I'm worried, I'm worried.
It doesn't seem I've come out from England for a few days. I think it's all going back together.
I hope so.
I hope so. I would feel a lot happier now that I'm not on my own. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Not happy in this situation, but at least a problem shared is, especially when you're here and you've got somebody back in the UK. So yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
When I leave it, I go straight to the airport on a plane away, man. So probably Friday.
Dad's not letting his son's illness get in the way of a quick ribbing.
Somewhere on here.
You've got plenty of fat around there now.
But all too soon, it's time for Martin to go into theatre.
Normally patients are quite nervous because it's a surgery. You know, some strange man is going to open your skin, is going to give some injections, you know. It's a strange place, normally it's cold. We cover the face so people can't see what we are doing. So normally people is quite distressed.
In the last year, over 500 British patients have had surgery at Clinica Benidorm. 53 of those involved hemodynamics, the study of blood flow in the heart. Martin is in safe hands.
How you doing? Yeah, not so bad. I feel a bit nervous, like, but this chap says, don't bother, you'll be all right.
It may seem surprising, but Martin will remain conscious throughout the op.
Don't feel no pain or anything? Not on the anaesthetic wears off, it might be a bit painful.
A local anaesthesia has been given to numb the area of the chest where the surgeons are feeding in the wires to the pacemaker.
Just a little bit of tugging and a little bit of pushing.
In this case, a beat of the heart was very slow, and it may cause dizziness, blackouts, and may also, if this progress, can make a heart stop. The pacemaker will make that the heart works in a regular way.
Despite being operated on, Martin doesn't seem fazed and can't keep quiet.
You all Spanish? Yeah. It looked like a snake just going down a human body like. I guess I'll be done again. I'll definitely come over here. Where did you go for you? Skip. About 30 miles from Manchester. Where they do Emmerdale Farm. You don't know it? I never thought in a million years that I'd have to have a pacemaker. You know, you never know what's around the corner, do you?
The whole experience is something Martin will never forget, and hopefully never have to go through again. And it's made all the more memorable by the fact that today is also Martin's 54th birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Thank you. No, I'll never forget this birthday, Laurie.
The present from us, no? This is the pacemaker.
Right.
In Sweden.
Oh, made in Sweden. I just the way they're made in China.
Although being in mid-surgery, Martin is already planning his journey home.
I'll stop the night here tonight. I'll probably leave in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, probably, I don't know. I'll see what's during the night.
After almost 2 hours, the operation comes to an end. It's been a complete success, and if there are no complications overnight, Martin may get his wish and be able to leave the hospital tomorrow.
Bye.
Mid-afternoon, and Benidorm looks more like Blackpool. Over at Clinica Benidorm, 20-year-old Erin Rennie from Somerset is in severe pain after a fall yesterday. And she's supposed to be here to celebrate her 21st birthday. Mum Karen is doing her best to console her.
Just get an X-ray. Really hard? I know. Everyone really cares. It does. Just accidents happen, don't they?
Even if I move slightly. Like every movement, it just really hurts. It's just making me feel sick.
Erin felt so poorly this morning, she still felt really poorly, so she hired a motor scooter to go round in, but it just did get gradually worse and worse, but she was whizzing round Benidorm on one of those sightseeing.
Yes. Do you have any pain here?
Yeah.
There, yes. Okay. Here?
Yeah.
I don't think that anything is broken, but what we are going to do, just in case, we are going to make 2 X-rays. One of the lower back and another one of the pelvis.
Dr. Iris Henkel doesn't think it's too serious.
Possible? You have a financial breaks? It's possible? You? Pregnant? No. Now no breathe?
The X-ray confirms it's only bruising.
I do have good news. There are no fractures at all.
Oh, that's good.
And I do think you do have the pain because of the bruising.
Yeah.
We do call it contusion as well. That's a layer of your tissue that's inflamed. I think it would be good to do something in warm water, for example.
Swimming would be alright.
Swimming is alright, yes. You can do any sports. You don't have to worry.
Okay.
Erin may be feeling better, but she's not for giving up her new wheels.
I'm still on my mobility scooter though.
So hopefully you can enjoy your birthday now.
Yeah.
It seems to be fine. There are no signs of any fracture, and the pain is just due to the bruising she's having.
Oh, Oh, going back to the hotel, get some food, then have a little bit of a sleep, I think.
A lot of relief now.
Yeah.
Wear some sensible shoes tomorrow.
Yeah.
As Erin is discharged, plans are afoot for a major, yet somewhat belated birthday party with a difference. Coming up, Erin plays chicken with her SpongeBob sister. Martin begins the road to recovery.
After the operation, 7 hours. Off gone, and that's it.
And bad news puts Karen off her lunch.
Before this, I wanted a bacon sandwich. Now, I don't want to be sick.
37-year-old pole dancer Karen Ravenscroft has a severe slip disc, and doctors at Clinic Benidorm have said she needs an operation.
I'm kind of 50-50 really, because this is a big day, what I've been waiting for. I'm half pooing my pants, but then again, I'm going to be glad to know what's going to happen. You know, do I need surgery or not?
Karen has tried everything from painkillers and herbal remedies to crystal healing in a desperate bid to avoid spinal surgery.
In the last sort of 5 or 6 weeks, I am a lot better than what I was. Whether it's down to the healing and the things that I've been doing, I don't know. But I still can't go to gym, I still can't rollerblade, I still can't water ski, so do I want to stay like this forever? I don't know.
Today, Karen has decided to collect her x-rays from Clinica Benidorm and seek a second opinion at the nearby NHS hospital. The specialist surgeon insists on speaking to Karen in private. 15 minutes later, Karen returns looking shell-shocked.
Not good. I need to have surgery. So, they want to take, what he's going to do is he doesn't want to fuse my discs together. I've understood 80% of this is really hard for me to explain. They're going to take the hernia out because the pain's down my right leg. And I've got to wear a metal corset for a month, and it's just the worst case scenario.
Karen is absolutely terrified.
I was so shocked. I forgot to ask half the questions, like, do I need someone to look after me in my house afterwards? And I've just sat there with a list of questions in my hand, and it's just gone. Because I just thought, don't be sick, I just feel so sick. Before this, I wanted a bacon sandwich, now I don't want to be sick. Oh, dear.
Karen now needs to either save money to have the operation privately or join the NHS waiting list. Either way, she's going to have to work through the pain barrier. "54-year-old Martin Emerson collapsed from a brain hemorrhage while on holiday with his wife, Pat.
They've just had the scan results back, and he's had a small brain hemorrhage. So now we've just been monitored, and I'm not really sure what will happen tomorrow.
He was then found to have a heart problem, so surgeons at Clinica Benidorm performed an operation to fit a pacemaker. It's the morning after surgery, and the generally jolly Yorkshireman has finally had time to reflect on the traumatic last few days. Sadly, it's stirred up some sensitive emotional memories.
We've, well, lost the daughter. And then 3 days later, lost his mother-in-law. Pat lost her mum. And every time it was intensive care. So I thought, you know, I never want to stay under intensive care, like. And then less than 2 years later, I made myself out. Oh, I'm praying now that everything's all right. And that, what's he wanting on? Quite a number of years.
Thankfully, doctors have now given Martin the all-clear to return home.
It's just like a common operation, that.
And he's soon back to his jovial self.
It's like being a nightclub. All the fancy. Oh, with all the... I'll come back again sometime. Not in the near future, but later on probably. Woman's where the heart is. That's right. This heart's here. Yeah. All that record, heart to heart.
As the sun goes down in Benidorm, the Brits come out to party. None more so than the Rennie family. Daughter Erin may have hurt her hip, but that's not going to stop her celebrating her 21st birthday. And Everyone has dressed up for the occasion. Now we know why the chicken crossed the road to get to the pub.
What is that? Can I? Can I have a Coke, please?
Erin's fall has clearly had a sobering effect, and she certainly doesn't fancy playing chicken on her scooter after one too many sambucas.
I'm feeling alright, it's eased up a little bit, but it still hurts sometimes. I've got these strong painkillers, which I've been taking, and it's alright, it just tightens sometimes. But yeah, apart from that, it's good.
As it turns out, it's not only plucky Erin who has a birthday to celebrate.
We usually do this every year because there's all of our birthdays in the same week. It's my dad's as well, but we're not here for his.
Dad may not be allowed to celebrate his own birthday, but it isn't going to stop him joining in and partying with the rest of the Rennies. Next time on Benidorm ER, a best friend struggles for sympathy.
It's a bucket of laughs the whole holiday. This is put the crown on it.
There's love in the air at Clinica Benidorm.
Coffee for me and for my wife.
And a sprained ankle puts the dampers on romance.
It'll affect a few things, obviously, in the bedroom, clearly.
Kim Marsh personally knows how it feels and wants to help if she can. Teen Mums and Me is brand new tonight on Channel 5 at 10. Next up, it's the first live eviction in Celebrity Big Brother, so stay with us.